Alright, alright. Let me know how it sounds out there. I know there's at least one Kitara in the chat. You can also type into the YouTube chat, and I should be able to see it. YouTube actually has really nice integration with OBS, the broadcasting software that I'm using. And I actually have everything on this screen. I can see the music, I can see the sound, I can see the chat bar. Twitch probably has that too, I just don't know how to... It was like automatically set up when I started it on YouTube. So my ISP is still broken with Twitch. I can't stream to Twitch at all. So it's a perfect time to try and stream to something else. Sounds good and looks good so far. Perfect. Now, I know this probably looks a little bit blurry here, but I have the camera auto-focused to be like, instead of focused on the background, it's going to be focused a little bit above the background. So that, hopefully, while I'm working on these pieces, you can actually see kind of what I'm doing, I guess. It's kind of a complicated setup, but I think I'm finally finding a method that works. So we're going to just be testing out the stream tonight and working on fixing some details on these guys. These guys are almost done. They've been taking me forever. I was going to get them done like 2 weeks ago, and then Oblivion came out, and I also got Lords of the Fallen on sale. So I basically fell into 2 video game holes at the same time. I also had a bunch of tests and schoolwork to do, so overall, basically put these guys on the back burner. But I did put a little bit of work into them, a little bit at a time. The only thing that's left to do is to correct some of these. You can kind of see, maybe you can't see. It's pretty bright, but these... Here, let me get a better guy to demonstrate what I'm talking about. There's a perfect version right here. This is the more screwed up version. See that Maltese cross has got some glunk in between? When I was painting it, I don't know if I lost detail or whatever happened, but I ended up accidentally painting onto the white. And a few of these other guys have the same problem, but this guy's just the worst. So that's what we're going to start with. I'm going to be working on that. Got my paint ready here. Added a little bit of flow improver to it. And then color that it's on these guys is actually Borax white, so we're going to go ahead and start with that. I'm liking the position of my camera. The only downside is there's no cat laying on my bed in the background to spice things up. She's laying in a little bed right behind my chair, so maybe we'll get to see Kitty on stream. And I've got a little bit more chill music on than I normally do. Normally I have like this cyber dark synth crazy music that I would normally play Warframe to, but I've been really liking this Black Cat Jazz channel. I didn't even think I would like jazz, honestly. It's probably because there's black cats, but that's what's going on in the top corner. If you're interested, I'll be posting the links to it once I get Nightbot set up on YouTube, if that's even possible. If not, I'll just put it in my video description. Alright. My good habit of using way too much paint. Wouldn't be fun if I didn't put way too much paint on here. Alright. To try to get these details, I'm just going to be using a 00. This is a sable brush, so it's one of my nicer brushes. I'm just going to see... It's kind of getting... I've done a lot of detail work with this brush, so it's getting kind of long in the tooth. Let's see if I can get just one drop. There we go. I need to get myself a new wet palette. I had one that I had made myself, but with this current setup I'm using, it's not optimal to use. Alright. Looks like we're getting a good line. See what we can do with this boy. Alright, looks like that's on camera, so looks like my targeted area is not completely off the wall. I'm gonna try to sharpen this up a little bit. Doesn't have to be perfect. I gave up on these guys being perfect a long time ago. Oops. Try to get the most obvious screw-ups first, and then we'll try to refine it. This one's gonna be a little rough because of the gun right here. We'll do our best. Alright, alright. I'm gonna have to correct a little bit with some black on this one. But this is going better than I thought it was gonna go. This one looked really bad, so... Alright, Kitara, I'm gonna convince you to paint models. Just think of it as a 3D coloring book. And boom! There you go. Yeah, I need to get more of these sable brushes. These are really nice. Okay. getting there. We're getting there. Yeah, you wish. I do wish. You would be, you know, I know this looks like it's probably difficult or something. It's really not. I'm going a little bit more than you need to on these guys. Let me look at it from the side and see what we got going on. It's almost to where I want it. Okay, I see where I need to put a little bit of more work. There we go. Kind of screwed that up a little bit, but not too bad. If I can get a little bit of black back on there, that's probably good enough. It's better than it was, that's what we can say. Might as well start with the worst. And the ultimate test is just hold it like at an arm's length. If it reads at an arm's length, it probably reads at a table. Because you're even further than an arm's length away then, and it's kind of like pixels shrinking. It's like if you zoom in on something and it looks all pixelated, but if you zoom out and it looks normal, that's what I've learned about painting is you don't have to, as long as it looks good, unless you're painting for a competition, it really doesn't matter. That doesn't mean I don't go hard on some units. My sword brethren I spent a million years on trying to get them nice. I still got to do 5 more. I have so much stuff to paint. Oh my god. But I guess it's like any gamer. If you're a video game player, you got video games in the backlog. You're a Warhammer player, you got models you need to paint in the backlog. Alright, this one is a little goofy right here. At least I don't have to paint these guys' eyeballs again. That actually drove me insane. I ended up cheating and using a toothpick. A little toothpick dabbed in some dark paint. They do not look like super realistic eyeballs, but from an arm's length away, you can tell they have eyeballs. That's good enough. Okay, I can see how I kind of need to shore up this side again. But if we do the worst first, then everything is going to get consistently easier as I go. So that's nice. My camera is in an awkward spot though. Maybe I can... Since I'm going to be hunched down like this. Okay. We need to touch up this spot where I hit the black a little bit with white. I kind of went up on the detail there. But beyond that, it's pretty good. Alright, we'll switch to another guy. We'll come back to him. It looks better than it did by a long shot, so... I mean, right now they would be tabletop ready, but I want to put a wash on them and varnish them, then base. Well, they're not... Without the base, they're tabletop ready. Just set him off to the side here. Who's next? Oh, this guy. Okay. This one's not so bad. This one doesn't even have a cross on it. Get a little bit more water here. Just gonna keep it hydrated. Alright. Now he's got... I don't even know why I painted that black, to be honest with you. It's supposed to be a ribbon of some sort. Try to tighten up this part on the top a little bit. Could use a little bit more, but that's better than it was. I don't know what I'm going to put on that yet. I feel like I should put a word on there or something. Also, Kitara, do you like the kitty campfire in the corner of the screen? Can you see that well? Yeah, it's cute. Well, good. That's what it's there for. It's supposed to be cute. The whole channel is all like jazz music with black cat art. I was drawn to it for the art, but the music actually is not bad, so... On these guys that don't have the embossed Maltese cross on the shoulder pad, I'm going to be using decals. I've never actually used a decal on a model, so it'll be a nice thing to learn. need to thin this a little bit more. These top of the pauldron areas. Side's looking pretty good. Tempted to paint that ribbon just red, but I really would like to put some sort of symbol or a word on it or something. Getting in this little crevice is a bit of a pain. Okay, I think I'm gonna call that good for this guy. Only if I got a lot of these guys actually. I had 18 in total. I think 10 of them needed touch-ups. The other 8 were good enough. Seems a little messy. Oops. It could be worse. Could be worse. See if we can't get a nice line going on the top of this dome here. Or on top of this ribbon, I mean. Nice. That one was better than I thought it was going to be. I thought I was going to fuck that up. And some of these problems, they probably won't be an issue after the wash anyways. Because it'll darken some of these recesses around this anyways. Maybe that was too close to the ribbon, but hopefully it'll come out in the wash, you know? Right. This guy just needs a little touch up on this one. Really not anything that's too... Let's flip him over. Try to get this with the one. There we go. Just give it a little extra love here. Yeah, I need to get another one of these small brushes. This one really is wanting to split bristles. Alright. Seven more to go. Most of them are just... The Maltese cross needs to be tightened up a little bit. Like this one. Not as bad as the earlier guy. Like, it reads fine. In fact, at an arm's length, it's really not that bad. But I can still notice it at an arm's length. And so my goal is to, at an arm's length, make it read. And then it'll definitely be fine with me. I'm not going to be doing any highlights on these guys or anything crazy, so... Up at an awkward angle here. Not bad. Okay, that's pretty tightened up. Try to get here. This little ball on the end of my brush here, I'm gonna see if I can't snip it off. See if I can't get rid of it by... There we go. It was a piece of dried paint at the very tip. With this nice new tip, should be able to hopefully get in here. Let's see if I can stabilize a little better. There we go. Nice. That was all I wanted. How's that looking? See from an arm's length away. I'm gonna call that acceptable. Let's get this other side. It looks like he's got a weird little red must have gotten on this shoulder pad when I was doing the details in red. Let's go ahead and get that. Alright. That wasn't so bad. I'm glad we started with the most pain in the ass one. Although this guy's sword was kind of getting in the way. It could have been worse. That's 4 down, 6 to go. Some of these are going to be a lot more work because they have double crosses, though. In fact, why don't we start with some of those and save this guy with the single cross for last. Oh man, this one's bad. This needs black more than it needs white. Okay, you're a different project. We're doing white right now. Okay, this guy's got it pretty bad. This would be good to tighten it up. Nice. This one's gonna be a little weird. Can't really get a good... I'm gonna have to just pull him off the handle for this. We'll see if we get any luck this way. The handle was getting a little bit in the way. Okay, that went better than I thought it would, honestly. Get this little spot down here on the bottom of the pauldron where it got some black. Probably have to do that twice. Could have been better, but still, could have been worse too. A little bit more water on here. Hmm. Alright. Let's see. It's not the best one, but it's better than it was. Let's switch to the other side here. I think I can put it back on the handle for this one. First thing I notice is that this lip needs a little love. And then the inside of the base of the cross here. Not too much needed. Just a little bit. Tighten up this a little bit. Alright. I could do a little bit more of that. That's almost good enough. Stupid gun is gonna make it hard though. Maybe I can do a reverse line, pull towards myself. Okay, that worked. There we go. Like I said, hopefully. Oh, magic finger that away. Like I said, if it comes out in the wash, that's all that matters. These read decently from arm's length. The other one is still a little fat on some of the black. But it's not too bad. And we'll see how it looks with the wash on there. Much better than it was. one hasn't been too bad so far. What I want to get is, got that gun in the way, so we'll just try to go from the other direction here. Just be careful. Right. That is reading better already. Like I said, it'll come out in the wash. We'll look at it from arm's length. Looks good enough. Let's try this side. How bad is it? Well, this guy was relatively not bad. I didn't screw him up too much when I was hammering out all these guys. This is probably the largest batch of the same unit I've ever painted. It's basically 18 scouts. One scout set of 10, and then the 2 Crusader squad sets of Neophytes. Show the guys with the tabards. I wish everything had tabards, but you know, when I started out, I didn't know what I was doing. I could have probably went online and found pieced out kits of just the Black Templar scouts, but yeah, I might be able to use a handle for this side. Alright. That definitely reads, and I'm pretty sure, like, I got a little bit of white where I didn't want it, but I think with the wash, it might be okay, and I might go back over these guys with just a little bit of black. Some of them felt like they really needed it. I feel like that guy that I picked up that didn't even have full black on the armor plate. I think my paint was running out at the end of the night, and I didn't want to put any more on the palette, and I was tired, so I was like, fuck this. So I got a subscription to the Warhammer Combat Patrol magazine. So every month they send me some magazines with some models in it, as if I need more when I can hardly keep up with what I have now. But at least Kitara will be happy to hear that some of the weird aliens I got, the Tyranids, I've decided to do a color scheme that I think you're really gonna like. It's gonna be, I believe I'm gonna do purple carapace with green flesh and black claws. I think that'll look pretty cool. I still have to do a test model. And it should be... I'm going to be doing speed paints on armies that aren't my Black Templar. Not that I don't use some speed paints on them too for certain details, but I'm more liberal with them on things that aren't my main squeeze. And you will like them, I do believe. I mean, you like any monster that's like green and black and purple at the same time. They're like, look how innocent and murderous that thing is. I'm like, uh-huh. Like, you should let it eat you. I'm like, why are you like this? Wouldn't want to be rude to the thing that wants to kill me. You should let your cat destroy your whole house because she thinks it's fun. I kind of fucked that one up. I magic finger my way out of it. I kind of did. Nice. Not perfectly, but... Like I said, hopefully it'll come out in the wash, and these guys do not have to be perfect. Sword Brothers, I mean, they don't have to be perfect either, but I spend way more time on them. I wanted them to be as close to my version of perfect as I could get. I'm not very experienced as a painter, but I'm getting there. Let's see how that looks. I don't want to do more than I have to get them into a visible reading state. Looks alright. I'll call him good. The best part is once this part's done, we can really start the fun stuff. And when I say fun stuff, I mean putting snow on the bases. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna have to switch over to doing a little bit of black touch-ups on a few of these guys. Not too many of them. I think like 2 of them needed it. Maybe. One of them needs a little bit of gold on one very small section. And then we have the easy guy, and then the guy who definitely is not easy because he needs black and probably white. Honestly, these touch-ups are going better than I thought. I thought this was going to be way more of a pain in the ass, but I'm kind of enjoying this. Maybe it's just that I'm getting so close to being finished with these guys that I'm like, finally, I can move on to anything else. I've got a Age of Sigmar doubles tournament coming up at the beginning of June, the very first day, June 1st. And so I already have my force painted except for one character model that needs to be done. So we might do him next and take a little break from the Templars. Just to get ready for the event. And then back to Templars, because I really want to get at least 2,000 points of these boys done. And I have a bunch of, like, half-finished stuff. Well, I was pimping out my Dreadnought with, like, chains that I ordered online. I was in the middle of painting him when I came up with the idea. And putting on a bunch of doodads and chains kind of halted that process. I have a Land Raider that needs to be painted. I have a second Land Raider that I rescued from eBay that also needs painted. But the first one needs to be done first because it's in sub-assemblies. So I want all the doors to work and all that good stuff, so I'm trying to make it all special and nice. I really try to go hard on the Black Templars. Oh, and we're gonna get a Black Templar release soon. I'm trying to save money for that. I want to be able to just pick up whatever it is. Unless it's really garbage, which I doubt it will be. I'm hoping for Sword Brethren and Terminator armor. That's all I want. I was going to make some Assault Terminators of my own out of Deathwing Knights. And I do have a couple of sets of Deathwing Knights that are unopened, but if I get a Black Templar release, I'll just part out the Deathwing Knights on eBay or something. Okay. I was like, I noticed immediately that part of this needed a little bit more when I read it from arm's length. It's right along the top of this. Nice. Could be better, but that reads fine enough for me. Now we move on to the easy guy and then the hard guy, because like I said, we're going to need a couple colors of paints for that. I say easy, but he has a sword that's like annoyingly in the way, so we'll see. Oh wow, I think I almost picked the perfect amount of paint for this project. I'm almost done with the stuff that I pulled out of the pot. That never happens. I usually overuse every time. Open that up. What's the other guys? Oh, this arm looks fine. Well, could be better, but this will probably come out in the wash, and it reads from an arm's length away, so we're good. It's just going faster than I thought. I thought I was going to be going back and forth between black and white for 100 years. Oops, screwed up there. Oops, screwed up there. Okay. This one I can tighten up with white. This will be the last of the white paint, then we can switch over to using black. And I might have to go back to white just to touch it up, but... I got a little bit too close to the barrel with that. I don't want to do that with a nice brush, so... Try this again. There we go. Looking good. This is easier than I thought. Side needs a little love. Not much though. The other side's the real nightmare. I can't just sneak in here and clean this up real easily. Yeah, nice. Okay, this one's gonna be a pain in the ass though. Not as bad as I thought it would be. That came out much cleaner than I thought. Hopefully the wash takes care of the rest of the work for me. Now this one... Okay, I'll do some white detail touch-ups. I'll probably screw it up when I move to black. I just still got some white tape here, so... Or white tape. White paint. My brain works. Been a long day. I did too much math today. Yeah, actually, I just think it needs black now. Alright. I'll go ahead and let this brush rest in the water for a little bit. Let me see if I can show it on camera. I have a sticky tack on the side of the brush so I can stick it to the side wall of the cup so that the tip doesn't get basically bent from hitting the bottom of the cup, but it can basically stop any paint from drying while I do some work here looking at this. Alright. Anybody that's good to go, I'm just going to set off to the side over here. Anybody that needs black work, just going to be lined up again, and then this will be the last touch-up. Let's see. Last touch-up before washing and basing. Oh, I'm excited to be so close to being done with these guys. They were a pain. Mostly because I don't paint flesh at all. I like doing, you know, like, guys like this who have a helmet on, so I don't have to worry about all that bullshit. I am not good at painting flesh, but I did get some practice with it. And the eyeballs. God damn, the eyeballs piss me off. Alright, this guy doesn't even need black. Just maybe ever so slightly on this one side. I don't want to be too crazy about trying to make it look perfect. That looks good. Let's see, from an arm's length away, is that gonna piss me off? No. It actually could use a little bit slightly more white on it. Let's see if I can't sneak in final detail on this guy. Put the last remnant of the paint in this zone. Alright, come here, you. Yeah, good enough. Now, I know one of these guys had a weird splotch of flesh paint on his leg that I missed when I was cleaning stuff up. He needs a little love, slightly. Let's get it to him. Got the edge of what I'll call acceptable, but it's gonna be fine. Check those legs. He's not the one with the weird spot. Might be this guy with the helmet. This guy was my favorite one of these guys to paint because he was actually wearing a helmet. Alright. Yeah, he's fine. Oh, yep, that's him right there. You can kind of see it right above the golden circle on the heel. There's a little splotch. It's gonna need to be fixed. Take almost zero paint to do that, so no big deal, as long as I don't screw it up. This guy's fine. Look, I could go a little hard. Do I have... Is there any wet paint left in this? No, just a little bit. We'll paint a line. Ooh, it's getting close to not wanting to. I just want to sneak in underneath this bottom part of this cross. Good enough. Good enough. Alright. Oh, yeah, he's got that slight little lip that needs a little bit more black on it. Oh. He's got a little bit of white on the arm that needs to get covered up. Otherwise, he's fine. This guy, I don't think he's going to need any black, but his chainsaw doesn't have any gold on the skull on the handle, and we're going to fix that. All right, we are down to 6 to fix, and the fixes are really small, so I'm going to take a short break. I'll be right back. So let's test the break screen and see how that works. Alright. Let's get back on it. So black paint. Alright, we got some of that. Switch our skull palette around a little bit. These are both almost empty. I use a lot of black paint. Black Templars, a lot of black paint. It is what it is. Get my crappy brush out. That's what I use to pull the paint out of the pot. I want to dunk the ferrule with a nice brush. Accident. There's not much in here, is there? Down on the bottom. There we go. Let's use this circle spot. Now, we definitely don't need as much black, so... As far as I can tell, most of the work is going to be pretty easy. This is probably too much as is right here. Good old Abaddon Black, my #1 used color. Let's clean out this brush a little bit. So we got a dried piece at the tip there. There we go. Alright, we'll start with the hardest boy first. Hopefully make him look a little bit less crazy. I just want one drop of water in here. A little bit to actually stand the pressure. Still stubborn with the water today. There we go. Boop. Mix it up. See how it draws. Just go right over the white on my hand, it'll easily show. Alright. Looks good enough. Now we just want to get the raised areas on these Maltese crosses. So hopefully I didn't make it too runny. Already looking better. Needs a little bit more love, but I have to go over that with white. I felt myself slip off the cross there. That's okay though. Shouldn't take much to get this guy good. If this side actually needs much, really. Just want to work on another piece while that other side dries a little bit. Well, that reads. That one's fine. Let me see the other side. It needs a little bit of touch up with the white, but it is so much better than it was. A little love, that'll look great. Well, good enough anyways. Alright. Who's next? Well, this guy might need a little bit more white on there. That side is going to clean up with the wash. Oh yeah, here it is. It's this little lip right here. Just barely. There we go. And maybe this side, right? Need a slight touch up with the white on there. But beyond that, he's good to go. Nice and fast. This guy just doesn't need black. He needs the gold on his chainsword. So we'll set him over there. This guy needed a little ankle touch up. Probably the easiest one out of all these. Done. That was easy. Gotta love easy. I'm gonna call him in. Let's get him out of here. That way we only leave the two that need the final white touch-ups. And the gold guy. What was the white touch-up here? Just a little bit on this ribbon? Or the black touch-up? Is that it? No. Looks like he has a little something on here too. Go ahead and get that. Oh, it's his arm. That's the main piece. I spotted a couple other things to fix, but yeah, definitely the arm. As we get the underside of this pauldron. There. Doesn't have to be perfect. Okay. Okay, we're gonna have to go over the arm one more time just because the white's slightly showing through. Not a big deal. We'll move on to the next day and come back. Okay. Looks like I might want to touch up the crosses a little bit, but there is a little red spot on the backpack here. Go ahead and get that. See, is that read fine? That one's fine. Is it this side that's got? Yep, it is this side. Not perfect, but acceptable. Let's see if I can give a little bit more love at this side right here. Good to go. Get him out of here. Back to this guy's arm. And then we're done with black as far as I'm concerned. I'll check the other dude here just to make sure, but pretty sure he just needs a little bit of gold paint on that skull. We'll call it a day. These chains on these scout models are things I added myself. The first ones, I have a few that are like dangling. I don't know if it was a good idea or not, but they don't look the worst, so we're keeping it. I think that's good to go. Nice. This guy's all good too. Just gotta paint this skull here. So that's what we'll do now. And we'll switch back to a little bit of white, finish off the last two guys who just need to tighten up their cross a little bit. Now for gold, we're gonna switch our paint cup out to a different cup so we don't cross-contaminate. Where is... I guess I need to pull out the gold. Alright. Good old Retributor armor. I'm looking for a replacement for this, but for now, it's what I got. I really want a like bright gold, like a white gold. Like, I basically the only this is the same. This is the color I want. But the way I have to get it onto these guys, as bright as it is I basically have to thin down this Retributor gold because it'll really. I don't know, it has like a different color to it when it's thicker. I need much of this. Let's see. It's this brush here. Get it wet first, just so it's not getting shredded. That should be enough. Barely any. Just the littlest dab of water into it. Around the little eyeballs. I like it when the black shows through from underneath because it makes it look like it's kind of weathered or tarnished. Let's see. How's that looking? Sneak a little bit of... Doesn't the least seen spot, but... Alright. A little gold on the skull. And I think this guy is good to go. As good as I'm gonna get it. Alright, let this brush chill in the paint cup here. Get ready to tighten up the crosses on the last two guys, and then these guys are ready for a wash and some basing. Which I have been waiting to get them to this point. I love putting the snow on the bases on these guys. It's expensive getting all the snow material, but I don't care. Back to the regular water. Oh shit. Whoops. Clean this brush out so we get some white. Or foul it back to the original position. Use the same spot. I just noticed that I don't think the YouTube chat pops up on my OBS. I'll have to adjust my setup so there's not just a random black square that doesn't have chat in it. That's alright. That's why it's a test. This is way too much white paint. I got carried away. Alright. Let's get these boys done. You'll read test. Good enough. I can fix a little bit up here. Maybe sneak a little bit more white into this. Hopefully a wash will take care of that. That looks better. I don't even think this side needs white. Yeah, this guy's good. Alright, last touch-ups. Unless I screw them up and have to go do a bunch of garbage. Well, alright, I think he's good to go. Maybe I'll sneak a little. Might as well risk screwing everything up just for nothing. Nice. Oh shit. Oh shit. This guy has a bunch of fucking flesh color on the side of him. I knew I wasn't done. Well, looks like we're going back to black for a minute. How did I not notice that before? Luckily, we still have some nice wet black over here we can work with. Finish this boy up. Red's a little out of zone. Get the flesh color off the glove here. He was hiding some shit. He's the final boss of getting these scouts done. Yeah, he's got a lot of shit on him. I must have had to come back in here and fix some stuff without realizing. No wonder I got tired of this guy. Right. Almost there. God, that armor plate is in a weird spot. There we go. Alright. A little bit more to go. Try to sneak this spot. Nice. Probably need to hit that again, but can finish up some of the other stuff while we wait for it to dry. Anything else you're hiding, nerd? A little bit of love right here, maybe. Right. Hit up that armor spot one more time. Holy shit, he has a white spot on his gun. This guy had all the little fucking tricks. Alright. Okay. Okay, I think we're gonna switch back to white really quick because I just noticed that his helmet red spot has a little bit of a path onto the pauldron, but beyond that, I think he's finally good to go. All right. It's kind of awkward. But we got it. Give this pauldron a little bit more of a white coat. I am ready to be done with you, sir. Hell yeah. Oh shit. If you would have fallen in the paint, I would have just died. You would have seen the soul go out of my body. I have to double check him because this motherfucker. You're good enough, bro. We're not going any. You're the final boss of this painting nightmare. Oh my god! All the scouts are done. Oh my god. Let's see if we can show them. They're all just chilling right here on the table. Look at all these motherfuckers. I know the angle's horrible. Here. No, that doesn't help at all. Here. All 18 of these fucks. Ready for a wash, a base, and a varnish. But we are not doing that tonight. We are not doing that tonight. Alright, chat. I am going to call the stream now. This was a good test. I can review it later and see what I need to fix. Like this chat box on this chat box that's right above where I'm pointing. There's no longer a chat box because I'm not on Twitch right now. And I don't know when I'll ever be back on Twitch due to crazy bullshit. So what we'll do is we'll stick something else there. Maybe like a gif of a cat or something. I don't know. Maybe a third camera. We'll have a camera that's going up and down, a camera that's going from the side, a camera that's looking at me. I don't know. We'll see, though. Kitara, thank you very much for helping me test and everything. I'm going to go ahead and call the stream for now. And, yeah, I will see you guys on the next one, whenever that is. I guess before I go, you try to disturb a cute cat, maybe. Come here, you. Come here, you adorable cat. Oh my gosh, did I wake you up? Did I wake you up? Ooh. Can't go wrong with a little kitty. She's like, what are you doing to me? Why would you even do this? Did I ask you to pet me? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Mwah. You are adorable. Mwah. Very, very, very adorable kitty bitty. Yeah. Wave bye-bye, Yinba. She's like, leave me alone. Alright, you ready to fly? Back in the kitty bed. Alright, have a good night, everybody. I will see you in the future.